Today, numerous studies and comments from several politicians have supported the idea that the U.S.-led intervention in the Middle East is the primary motivation for anti-American terrorism.
I mean, there's a reason why in international polls run by U.S. polling agencies, the main ones, the United States is regarded as the greatest threat to world peace by an overwhelming margin. No other country's even close. Incidentally, it's kind of interesting that the U.S. media refused to publish this, but it doesn't go away.
But also think about where you want to stand when the history books are written in this moment in time. And support for the Russian leadership is support for an invasion that obviously is having a devastating impact.
America is in no position to pretend to be the guardian of democracy and human rights. You are the worst perpetrator of atrocities.
America, which becomes so holier than cow when the Russians invade Afghanistan, but has zero compunction, occupying the same sovereign nation and leaving it in ruins, and that too under the control of the Taliban. The Russians at least made an orderly retreat from Afghanistan and left behind a government, Najibullah's government. It didn't last very long, but there was a government, it lasted 3 years. Or the morality lectures over Ukraine, about 2 decades after laying waste Iraq on the fraudulent claims of Saddam Hussein possessing nuclear weapons. I am fully within my rights to say, give me a break and go to hell. Don't lecture me.
Where were your values? Where were your values? Where were your values when in the first 2 months of the US invasion of Iraq, 7,186 Iraqi civilians were direct casualties of the war? Was that your expediency? Was that an expression of your values, Professor Kapchan?
You like the common part. You like the common part. You like to say we're all in this together and so on. We're not in this together. The United States, 4-5% of the world's population, still uses 25% of the world's resources. You outsource production to China and then you say China is the carbon polluter. China's producing your buckets. China's producing your nuts and bolts. China's producing your phones. Try to produce it in your own countries and see your carbon emissions rise. You love lecturing us because you have a colonial mentality.